All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do this video because I'm not gonna lie, man. The spiritual harassment has gotten really sadistic and bad. I'm gonna show you this entity attachment. First off, it's connected to a Mikey Hernandez, and I'm gonna show you his picture. It's gonna be the first little skinny Mexican dude who I knew back on the PCH who would try to bully people using black magic and run them off the PCH if he didn't like them. Anyways, he has an ancestor that's connected to his consciousness that he's done put on me that's been attacking me, my black ancestors especially. You know, at one point was attacking Baron Samedi, but Baron Samedi was somehow able to put him under control. Like I said, I'm trying to configure and figure out exactly what's going on with this curse. There's a lot of sadistic manipulation involved. You know, it's like the minute I tried commenting back to a guy earlier and I felt very different, like timelines all of a sudden changed and I all of a sudden lost my child spirit guide, which is my last connection to my consciousness. And, you know, I'm just going to say it like this without going into too much detail. You know, I mentioned that the person who set up the tone for this soul contract for me to suffer this was, you know, starting with Baron Samedi and then Zeus. You know, remember how back in the day I would say, hey, Zeus, hey, Zeus. But anyways, with that being said, and correlate that to, because in Latin, I mean, you know, Spanish, which comes from Latin, which comes from the Romans, they would say, you know, it's hey, how you doing, miss? It's one of the original, you know, languages that, because think about it, the Romans were the ones who crucified Jesus. Hey, Zeus. And their god, the primordial one was Zeus, who was an evil, you know, from what I understand, he wants me as a sacrifice and so forth and so on. I'm just going to put shit out there on Front Street. Damn the devil, hey, how y'all doing? And just speak my piece, you know, instead of holding stuff in. And, you know, I think that's what fucked me up for quite some time. But anyways, you know, that's why I had like a weak child, higher self set up, you know, to be in charge of my blessings. You know, I felt the consciousness of what I would have had as my higher selves. And, you know, for big blessings like what I had coming to me, you have to have severe spiritual protection. You can't have what the fuck I had. With that being said, you know, it's a long story, but every single night I have to face having my consciousnness extracted out of my body, out of my head. Physically, I can feel it from entities in the astral plane, largely from this, you know, I'm going to show them to you, this wetback ass Dan Cienega entity. It was an ancestor of his, from what I understand, who worked for the cartels in Mexico, who died in 1986. And he has a severe hatred of blacks, from what I understand. When he saw in the physical that I was black, he started attacking me a lot more. And before then, when he saw that I was white, he wasn't fucking with me as much. So with that being said, he's been coming at me very, now my memories are being fucked with. Like I say, they've been fucking with my lone spirit guide, who's my lone connection to my original consciousness. They keep fucking with the entity attachments of my consciousness and moving me away from my original one as much as possible. Like I say, this is some very evil, sinister, sadistic shit to keep me from getting back my timelines and my blessings. And from what I'm learning, apparently, an entity attachment of Hecate, you know, somehow I was made a fucking sacrifice. Again, these motherfuckers came to me in 2014 and I refused it when they offered a bullshit soul contract meant to put you under such a curse. You know, I was made a sacrifice for Zendaya, from what I understand, through her mother. Let me show you a picture of them. And next thing I know, like I said, from what I understand, as part of my soul contract, I was supposed to be the successor to He King. And, from what I'm understanding, it's being gypped by Zendaya. And I noticed like weird things like her wearing blonde hair, her eyes look a lot lighter. I'll show you. And her mama also, owns like a crystal jewelry shop that sells spiritual shit. I'm sorry if I seem fatigued, man. It's like every time I try to build myself up, from what I understand, these evil ass, Baron Samedi and this Dan Cienega entity and this Alex Nacimiento entity, all fucking, well, the worst ones are it's Dan Cienega and Alex Nacimiento. Done, when I tried to get back in my physical body recently, he blocked me from being able to do so. But anyways, this is some straight up evil shit that I have on me. When I tried to get back my original timelines, no. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of what I wanted to say. I'm going to go ahead and say it like this, man. Every time I try to build myself up, all three of these evil ass entities get together and, tear me down very, very viciously, with the worst being this Dan Cienega entity, blocking me from my timelines, tearing out, they've been going after, very, very viciously the last spiritual help I got, which is a child, a spirit guide. And they've been bullying the shit out of her like they bully the fuck out of me in my own consciousness, in the astral plane, in my own fucking head, using, to some degree, roach attachments from themselves. From what I'm understanding, the real Baron Samedi himself, hey, how you doing, is involved. You can use 7,000 hertz as well as 7,010 hertz to get rid of, 7,000 hertz, I think, to get rid of roach attachments, and 7,010 hertz to revive them. But I'm just going to say it like this. All of them are looking to make me into a sacrifice. And with that being said, it's, like I said, it's a lot. I've had a lot of my consciousness taken out. A lot of my timelines by Baron Samedi. I'm getting wind that supposedly he was told that in order for him to get, his ancestral money and all of that back, which me and my spirit guide did help him get back, he would have to start fucking me up. Here's Baron Samedi. And so, with that being said, like I was saying before, I've had my fucking child consciousness torn out. There's an aspect of your child consciousness that, goes all the way back to childhood. It's your most innate inner child consciousness that it's your connection to your childhood pretty much. And that got stolen. And I just can't get over the arrogance of these entities to think that they have a right to take shit from me, to take what's mine. So like I say, the biggest one that's the most concerning, it's this wetback. And it's connected to a wetback by the name of Mikey Hernandez. He was going around South Central, as a matter of fact, this Dan Cienega entity, fucking with black people and stealing their spiritual powers and so forth and so on. Very racist entity. From what I understand, it's an ancestor of his. It's connected to his consciousness. It's in it, as well as my poor spirit guide. From what I saw, my brother's higher self, Brian, who looks like this. And his consciousness as well, you know, being used to play against me. That Dan Cienega entity had been devouring my spirit guide, who they're forcing to stay a roach attachment. I'll get other entities complaining about her, you know, hollering that night and being able to hear her. But the minute she tries to revert back to something normal, you can use 7,010 hertz frequency to do that. They start fucking with her. So it's like she can't get any fucking peace. She can't revert back to normal. She has to be, you know, this sort of fucked up ass spirit guide. And, you know, I've been calling out the ancestors, like I say, Baron Samedi and Mikey Hernandez and this Santa Muerte, along with this false he-cade. They've been cutting me off, you know, from spiritual protection, trying to take what's mine, what's part of my pack, the successorship to becoming the next he-cade. You know, they're saying that for me to become it, I have to be a sacrifice, which wasn't the case before. Like I say, this is some evil ass, sinister fucking shit. You know, really, you know, I'm going to go ahead and show you Dan Cienega, how he looks. He had the word Indian written on his forehead. He looked like a straight up fucking cholo. And, you know, like I say, when he saw in the astral plane I was white, he was flirting with me, which is a wetback's way of being nice. But when he saw I was black, he was intimidating me, wanting to fight me and kill me in my fucking sleep. That's why I'm not a big fan of beaners. This is why I wear this MAGA hat, for a reason. A lot of them are really, really racist motherfuckers. I've seen it with their oversoul consciousness. They don't like black people. They, you know, if you try to get into their families, they'll fuck with you. From what I saw in a video years ago, I don't deal with them people. I'm happy I'm attracted to white men. You know, I have a white soul. You know, you can call me transracial. I don't fuck with no beaners. I don't deal with them. You know, I wear an ice shirt at times, and I find that to be great for spiritual protection. But with that being said, this is how he looks. And I'm going to say this right now. It's some, you know, I'm going to say this right now. Them wetbacks are into some, like, real black, evil-ass magical shit. I actually saw this entity physically sitting at a bus stop on Manchester in Figueroa. Before then, he was seated at a bus stop that was further down. Now, I did not see him get on the bus at all, but the minute I got off the bus, me and my spirit guides, including my brother's higher self, came, and we all looked at him, and we were all like, what the fuck is this motherfucker? We didn't feel right about his energy. The guy that was sitting there had his mouth agape. And he was looking at us like, I felt like a strong, powerful spiritual energy, but it felt like deception. And so later on that night, I saw that this wetback was actually a soul-sucking parasitic entity that likes to take over people's bodies and push them out of their bodies. And from what I understand, from what I learned from them roach attachments, from my own spirit guides, I died in my sleep a couple of months ago. And I got taken out of my body. And, you know, from what I understand, you know, placed by Santa Muerte, and you know, I'm just going to say it like this. I know something weird is going on. You know, I don't feel fully dead, but placed by Santa Muerte, where, you know, if I try to get back in my timelines, or if I try to get back into my body, I get blocked by her ass. And I'm going to tell you how to defeat her. Use 6666 hertz frequency, as well as 666 hertz frequency. That's good to use on any entity. You got 451 hertz, as well as 452 hertz, which works on energy vampires, which is what she is. 960 hertz, as well as 8, which raises your vibration works. 865 hertz will neutralize the energy of a place. But I'm going to say this right now. If you're having a problem with her, she's only as good as your higher self or higher selves will allow. Like, in order for her to be powerful, she has to attach to someone. She has to attach to your higher and higher self. As a matter of fact, from what I understand in the spirit plane, for these Venus to give her any sort of meat, they've been trying to attach her to not just me, but to Patrick Swayze and a couple of other celebrities. It's crazy. That's why I don't deal with them people for a reason. And with that being said, her followers is what makes her. You cut her off from her followers, she has no power. And from what I understand, this woman here, higher self, she's going to try to block you from what I understand from seeing what's going on. So use 694 hertz, use 925 hertz for discernment. She's the one that maliciously, because her higher self is a racist motherfucking wetback who don't like blacks, feelings mutual. She's the one that sacrificed me to her. And like I say, you know, a couple of days, I actually had my ancient Egyptian ancestors who these, you know, wetback, Santa Muerte and all have been trying to fuck with. Along with some of the voodoo loa, along with some of the orishas, they came attacking them. With that being said, now they're going to try to, you know, I feel that moving around my entity attachments, trying to make it hard for me to be found in the astral plane. You know, like... they came together to try to help me out and put me back together. And with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and say it like this. These motherfuckers have been deliberately trying to keep me from out of my timelines, keep me from getting back into my body or back into a body. You know, like I said before in the past, and I'll say it again, you know, I see people sitting in their cars sleeping. So I know that I'm not in the realm fully of the living. I'm in a strange in-between. You know, as a matter of fact, I figured out what was going on, and I kind of sort of almost, you know, but if it wasn't for this shit going on with Baron Samedi, it's a long story, ran that wetback out. I used 6,000 hertz frequency, which only works on them as a people for a reason. It's an entity frequency that you can use on even spirits, but it only works on them as a people, coincidentally. With that being said, I've been trying to, you know, there's some weird thing going on with Baron Samedi where, you know, I don't know if he's being held hostage or, you know, like I said, me and my spirit guides tried to provide for him and help him out. If he was, you know, it seems to me like he's being set up. Okay, he set things up to where I keep getting distanced and further ever distant from my consciousness and therefore from my original timelines, and more falsely and maliciously and closely to the brink of death. You know, I'm going to say this right now. I was supposed to die at the age of 86. And I'll also say this as well. Them motherfuckers were trying to fuck with my Egyptian ancestors, them wetbacks with Santa Muerte. My Egyptian ancestors and their gods, Mesopotamian, voodoo loas, what they call it, orishas, calling them niggas and all this shit, the N-word. I don't deal with them people. So with that being said, you know, I keep having the life out of me, sucked out of me and all of that. And, you know, I keep falsely being made a sacrifice for no fucking reason to some really evil, sadistic ass people and entities. You know, I'm supposed to die at the age of 86, and that's the agreement. And for these motherfuckers to try to induce an untimely death out of me, you know, especially that evil ass fucking wetback bitch who sacrificed me at that Santa Muerte shop. Protection she has, you can use 694 hertz for discernment, but you know, there's something definitely strange going on. And from what I understand, the people who put this curse on me are working with them to fuck me up, and have been for quite some time. So, you know, with that being said, and this is what I wanted to talk about in yesterday's video, but I ended up, you know, because again, my consciousness, my memory is shoddy and everything else because of this evil ass shit. You know, every single night I gotta wake up to hearing my poor spirit guide beg for help. You know, because the shit that she's dealing with is so evil and overwhelming. I'm having like a piece of my consciousness get pulled out just now. It's so evil and overwhelming. I'm gonna say something as well. You know, it's a good thing to spiritually wear a cap. That helps alleviate things. And I'm gonna say this right now. This is what I wanted to say. There's some weird shit going on, and I know these people are known for manipulating your entity attachments against you. Yesterday, after I ran out that wetback topa, Santa Muerte, next thing I know, I had like a lot of fucking people coming in the spirit plane, helping my black ass out, every fucking body. You know, I had a lot of sincere help, which was getting blocked by both Baron Samedi as well as Santa Muerte. I can't stand the fact that they keep taking away my consciousness. Like, that's who a fucking person is. Why? But I'm gonna get to explaining exactly what's going on. You know, I used to be able to speak so eloquently and so perfectly, and I still can to some degree, but it's, you know, I can't even say anything in my own fucking head or my own body, or can't even think my thoughts, because these things will start attacking you, using your entity attachments against you to attack you. So with that being said, you know, ever since I started up, you know, doing tarot readings again, I've been getting attacked spiritually by these motherfuckers. But anyways, when I decided to do a video, one of these evil motherfuckers, you know, again, I believe it's them. I keep hearing that as wetbacks, but I don't know for sure. German woman, she actually slapped me on the PCH years ago, you know. Now, I was going to say, you know, supposedly some wetbacks put something on her, but going back to 2014, I was seeing this bitch, you know, dressed up in a nurse's outfit, and I actually did a video and a story about it back then, you know, coming to me very, very ominously, very, very evil energy. But anyways, I decided to do a video, and from what I understand, they are or were in charge of opening up the gates to allow me to access spiritual help. So as soon as I decided to do a tarot video, from what I understand, they were going to set it up where they were going to call as much of my consciousness as possible and have me sign a soul contract to not only get my shit back, but to get into my original timelines. Next thing I know, they shut the door in the spirit world to my consciousness, that, you know, to an aspect of myself that would have allowed me to be able to get spiritual help. It's the connection to God, the connection to source, which is getting, you know, slowly but surely burned every fucking day. Like I said, it's a challenge because every single fucking fuck that shit night, I try to rebuild myself, and I keep getting pulled down, and I keep getting torn down. And, it's like, the more I try to, put myself back together, it just gets worse. Like, late at night, I had the core of my fucking consciousness taken out almost. With my integral timelines connecting me to my childhood and every fucking thing. And I had it pillaged by an entity attachment of Baron Samedi. And like I said before, I tried calling on my Egyptian ancestors, and they weren't, because I hate to say entity attachments of your ancestors only as good as your consciousness, they weren't effective at really fighting this shit. It's like they would get fucking straight up bum rushed, no pun intended, because I know I'm homeless, but not by choice. It's because of fucking curses, heavy ass curses I got on me. And, with that being said, every time it almost seems futile that, when I try to build myself back up, next thing I know, I have the fucking, I'm literally in my own consciousness having the fucking floor be torn asunder, and they keep going after that child spirit guy because she's, in a way, the last aspect or remnant of my consciousness. They killed the original one a couple of days ago. And so I literally have nothing to stand on. Your consciousness, this is the crucial thing about this curse, has to be set up in a manner where, you don't feel what's going on, the day-to-day routines of maintaining your consciousness of your body. And, my poor spirit guide, she ain't trying, she can't understand. But other motherfuckers that come in, from what I understand, it's the tone that was set by the motherfuckers who put this curse on me. They'll come in complaining, like, let me say this. My consciousness is so frayed that the minute something moves, an entity attached, the minute I just have an intrusive thought, which you can't help. Thoughts are supposed to move like clouds. The minute I have a thought, it takes in a physical effect in the spirit world, and will have a physical effect where it could hurt an entity. And instead, like at the beginning, I noticed that none of my higher selves, I actually had sacrifice angels placed in my consciousness, in my crown chakra, going back to 2018. From what I understand in wetbacks on the PCH, people put this shit on me. I got a Sandra Pimentel, who works at Yvonne's, started putting that shit in my head. They look like this. With that being said, like usually your spirit team is supposed to come in and take care of things. Like I said in the past video, one of the motherfuckers who sort of set this shit up, Zeus, my God, came in saying that, it could be everybody's God, but he came in saying that, in a dream state, you have a large major undertaking, but what I'm dealing with is fucking schizophrenia, but it's something that can actually have a physical effect where it can kill you in your sleep. So it's nothing to play with what I'm dealing with. And so with that being said, these evil motherfuckers have it set up these evil motherfuckers, like, instead of putting me back together in the middle of the night, they would wait till I call out for help, and instead of putting protection you know, around my consciousness. Instead, you know, it's like one entity even said, it's like performing surgery on somebody while they're fucking awake, while they're alive. You know, while they're conscious. You can't do that. You know, because you're going to get irritated, you're going to get anxious, you're going to feel like a heavy bevy of different emotions while you're being operated on spiritually. And it's hard for a motherfucker to stay still. And my spirit guides, they can't understand that. They don't get that. You know, my higher self, for instance, I had to resurrect, you know, entity attachments from the days of when I was under Baron Samedi to fight this shit. And, you know, when my higher self came in, I was inadvertently woke in her. And, you know, I'm like, put some protection on my consciousness so I don't do that. Because you see, my shit's all fucked up. It's all out of whack. You know, and from what I later found out, a lot of them were getting paid to look the other way. Because they, you know, they, like I say, they do something where they manipulate your bloodline and integrate into your spiritual DNA so that they can pilfer and steal from you. And it was a wetback. She connected to my grandmother. And, you know, because of this curse, we ain't no big fans of them motherfuckers. At least I know I'm not. Because of this shit. Trump all the way. But anyways, with that being said, I'm sorry, man. I'm full of fucking fatigue right now because I'm trying to remember. My memory is sketchy because I keep getting removed from my own damn consciousness. Whenever I'm at like a low point, or if I'm relaxed, if I'm at a low point, if, you know, I haven't done something or said something that they in a way wanted me to, I get attacked really, really bad by this shit. This, you know, like I said, I'm just trying to articulate myself as best as I can. Because I'm dealing with some really, really evil shit that, you know, a lot of people wouldn't understand and would automatically dismiss off as being schizophrenia. And it's not. It's something that can, you know, have real consequences. You know, with that being said, I had like a large part of my consciousness torn out yesterday, and it's hell trying to put it back together. And it doesn't help that, you know, my own spirit team within, Kate and Baron Samedi, are against me. It doesn't help me at all. Zeus to some degree. I just feel like, you know, I even had a roach attachment say themselves, you got nothing but evil shit in your damn head. Nothing but evil shit that's opposed to you, that's not trying to help you out. You know, like Tom Berenger, I actually had a crush on him back in the day, saved in that film Platoon. When the machine breaks down, we all break down. And that's exactly what happened to me. I outside of Alex Nascimento, you know, who likes to bring energy vampires into my path. You know, evil shit into my path. Baron Samedi, who, you know, like I said, I'm on the fence about that one. I keep hearing that he's doing it of his own volition, out of revenge, because I once dropped his docs because I was being fucked with so bad by his entity attachment to these motherfuckers who put this curse on. You know, and I have these wetbacks trying to get me to reveal his name again, his real name from when he was alive, unlike Santa Muerte, he actually existed, so that they can be able to still encode his full power. And I've been standing stalwart, and I've been getting harassed by his entity attachment. And from what I'm hearing, you know, I have no doubt in my mind that it's true from him as well. And I just don't know what to do. I mean, even one fucking blink in the eye can cause me to so-called woke a fucking, you know, entity, a person helping me out. So I just don't know. You know, I feel like it's designed to keep me from not only getting my shit back, but I guess one of the promises that these roach attachments made to these people who put this shit on me. Let me see what time it is. 11:29. Was that I would no longer do tarot cards, but they can kiss my black ass on that. And that I would no longer, you know, speak my truths and be the way in which I am, philosophical. Like, for instance, I was actually shown this, and I believe it to be true, because I actually had a liquor store owner tell me that he got a call from somebody sounding exactly like I do, but through static. Somebody sounding exactly like I do, but through static. And so I know something happened. This is a fucked up curse, by the way. I noticed that Zendaya was in my soul consciousness. Madonna, I saw an entity attachment of her attached to my soul consciousness, and all this other evil ass shit. From what I understand, these people who put this on me, they do spiritual shit for celebrities, and they get paid a lot of money for sacrifices. And that's exactly what's going on with me. I got sold as a sacrifice to Madonna because, again, you know, I was pretty famous on the PCH and well known. I, you know, have a blog which I still run to this day, toplessmidlay.org. You know, and I talked a lot about now spiritual issues, social issues, wet bags and all this shit, and other different things. It's very well sorted. You know, as a matter of fact, I learned in the spirit plane, and I actually saw through my third eye as well. But I learned it, that the reason why Madonna started faking a British accent is because she stole her blessings from a British person. And she actually got stalked by somebody whose blessings she stole, and who was told by tarot reader himself, as well as his own spirit guides, that bitch, a major energy vampire, was out there stealing, you know, people's blessings. Just like I saw with Zendaya. I heard that a lot of people saw what I saw, which is, you know, in a dream, that her and her mom, show you again, major energy vampires go around stealing people's astral body parts to steal their blessings and spiritual powers. You know, from what I understand, it goes, you know, it's in this timeline as well as, you know, the timeline where, you know, I died in my sleep on August the 22nd, 2022. But I've seen her entity attachments, you know, in my consciousness and my soul consciousness and so forth and so on. You know, from what I understand, I died, you know, a couple of weeks back due to this Dan Arcienega entity. It's a very hateful, spiteful entity. It's one of Mikey Hernandez's ancestors, and it's connected to him going back to the original timeline where I died in my sleep. And they keep using an entity attachment of my dad. They keep connecting to him because of his Mexican past life, but they keep using an entity attachment connecting him to that, you know, past life to fuck with him. and to fuck with me and to torment me. Like I say, that Dan Arcienegatopa is an entity. I actually saw it in physical form one day at that bus stop. That's tied with a lot of my higher selves, spirit guides. My brother Brian's spirit guide, who you can see here. You know, and I've been trying to get rid of them. Hey, how you doing? 666 hertz frequency along with 6666 hertz frequency is very, very good for getting rid of an entity like that. Plus 432 hertz is very, very effective. Like I said, I felt, I mean, even yesterday, when I was doing cards, dizzy because of this evil shit. But going back to talking about Zendaya and Madonna and all of that, you have very evil, malevolent people who can see spiritually your blessings and what's coming to you. And they're in the know about the next big thing. And so if you don't have the viable spiritual protection, like I'm going to say something right now. This is why I talk a lot of shit about the demiurge and God. I believe Zeus is that. I'm going to say this right now. A young Mexican kid, his higher self, his spirit guide, actually once came to me and said himself, all this shit shouldn't be vocal in your head. And there's ways to shut it down. But like I say, they keep fucking with my child's spirit guide so that she stays stuck in a place where she's forced to be vocal and compelled to be, whatchamacallit, in many ways stuck. Stuck being a roach attachment instead of just being who she's supposed to be. So that's now allowing me or her any peace, and it doesn't help that they fuck with our frequency, our entity attachments that connect us to frequency, and use that to fuck with us. Right now because my consciousness is so fucking thinly frail, you just use my imagination to fuck with something and, do an intrusive thought. That's how bad it is. I see all these people passing by sleeping in their cars. It don't look right to me. Like I said, it doesn't help that I got entities that are acting as antagonists against me, Baron Samedi and so forth and so on. I'll just go ahead and say this. I'm actually honestly thinking about dropping his fucking docs in the future. Or else something's going to have to be done. My poor roommate shit on herself and every fucking thing. But anyways, going back to what I was talking about, you have celebrities, people who sell people out as sacrifices. This is why I mentioned God. From what I understand in the spirit plane, her blessings to steal from others is protected by God. It's the same thing with Kanye West. I guess when you know too much in the realm of the demiurge, they start to attack you. And the bigger you are and the more you know, just like the real Jesus Christ, I'm learning in the spirit world that actually what I said about Jesus Christ is true. From what I understand, he got placed in the roach realm when he died because he spoke so many truths about the arcane nature of reality. So they had him placed directly under the demiurge and so forth and so on. It's a hellish realm. It's not a realm you want to be after he died. So again, same thing happened. Now these things are moving my fucking entity attachments without my permission. And again, by my spirit guides, I get fucking blamed for it. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep my mind together while I talk about this. You know, it's hard not to sound crazy when you're dealing with this. I'm going to say this right now. To help with consciousness, take vitamin E as well as iron tablets. These things are fucking with me viciously. So like I say, they've been trying to come at me by using frequency against me and so forth and so on. And I'm going to have to do something. I'm going to have to do something to bring this shit back together, man, because this isn't right, you know. This just isn't right. You know, the minute I just fucking blink my eyes, next thing I know, it fucks up something in the spirit world. It's like, let me try to do something. You know, I'll say this externally. I wear cologne every single day. I take 2 showers a day at least. You know, if not one, and I'll do a wipe off on my face if the shower is too cold. You know, my roommate says that I stink. It's just drunk and a crackhead. But still, you know, a bunch of them have said that I inexplicably stink, including people around the area. So I know this isn't something just in my mind, in my consciousness. You know, every time I try to reach out to different ancestors and so forth, they keep changing the entity attachments of them. You know, to become, you know, by manipulating my soul consciousness, I'm down to my soul consciousness and barely even that. And I don't have anything really to maintain my body. I just felt something pull out my soul consciousness and try to fuck it up. You know, this is some evil shit. These motherfuckers be wanting to stick me in fucked up ass timelines and hellish realms and lose my spiritual powers. I'm like, this, you have no right to take this shit from me. You know, with that being said, there's a lot I want to talk about right now, but I can't. I'm feeling fucking dead. I keep having something try to kill me on the inside, and you know, like I say, I have a lot of people trying to come through and help, but they get blocked. So with that being said, you know, thank you for all your prayers and stuff. Thanks.